Good morning students. Welcome back to the English Channel Prime. Students, in the last class we have completed the explanation to the chapter Uttanka's Guru Dakshina. We have completed the hard words and meanings too. So in this class, let's start doing the exercises. So look at page number 75 D, listening, speaking, reading and writing. Ask or answer these questions taking turns with your partner. Tell him or her why your answer is correct. Quote from the text if necessary. Write down your answers. Question number 1. Who did Uttanka feel indebted to and why? Children, indebted meaning owed to, obliged to. So answer, Uttanka felt indebted to his master. The master has taught him all these years and yet he has never repaid him. He has not given any Guru Dakshina so far. Question number 2. Uttanka was indebted to the Guru's wife too. True or not true? Yes, it is true because even the Guru's wife also used to take care or look after of all the students staying in the hermitage. Question number 3. The master told Uttanka what he owed to him. True or not true? Yes, it is not true. Question number 4. Uttanka made obeisance to his Guru's wife before speaking to her. True or not true? Obeisance meaning, children, respect. Whether he gave the respect to the mistress, Guru's wife? Yes, true. Question number 5. The Guru's wife answered the boy's question in the affirmative. That means in the positive. True or not true? Yes, it is true. Question number 6. What was Guru's wife's long cherished wish? Answer is, the Guru's wife's long cherished wish was to wear the earrings worn by the queen. Question number 7. This will be a test of your devotion to me, said Guru's wife. True or not true? Yes, it is true. Question number 8. Uttanka felt frightened and hopeless to hear her words. True or not true? Yes, children, it is true. Question number 9. Describe Uttanka's meeting with the strange man. Answer. While Uttanka was going to the king's palace, he saw a strange man seated upon a bull in fear. The man called out, Uttanka, drink this, and held out a cup full of some kind of liquid. Uttanka turned his head away, but the man said, drink, it will help you in your way. Question number 10. Read paragraphs 9 to 14. Think about the character of the king and the queen. Tell your partner your opinion about them. Yes, children, how is the king? Answer, write down. The king used to be very kind and helpful. And the queen, yes, she is also of helping nature and she want him to keep the earrings safe and not to lose them. Question number 11. Uttanka did something wrong in following the queen's instruction. What was that? What made him do a thing like that? Answer. The queen, while giving the earrings, willingly warned Uttanka not to lose it. She also told him that these earrings have long term coveted by the serpent king. As he had travelled a long distance, he felt tired. He leaned against a tree trunk to rest. While doing so, he kept the earrings on the ground beside him, and that was the mistake done by Uttanka. Question number 12. Who stole the earrings and how? Answer. A snake, disguised as a man dressed in rags, stole the earrings. When Uttanka was leaning against the trunk of a tree, he placed the earrings on the ground beside him. Suddenly, he saw a hand snatch the earrings and disappear in the forest. Question number 13. After that, Uttanka met some people. Who were they? How did they help him? Answer. Uttanka met an old man. He said that he has come to help him. Second, he saw two women weaving a piece of cloth. Third one, 6 boys turning a wheel having 12 spokes. And fourth, he saw a man with a beautiful horse. When he saw the man with a beautiful horse, he bowed respectfully to the man and said, Grant me a favor. Let the serpent king be brought under my power. The man replied and told him to blow into his horse. Uttanka went up to the hearth and blew. A flame darted from every hair of the hearth. It burned the houses till all the serpents rushed out, begging Uttanka to save their lives. He told that he'll stop only if the serpent king returned the earrings. The earrings were returned to Uttanka finally. Question number 14. What did the serpent citizens do and why? The serpent citizens clamored for the king to return the earrings, meaning they demanded for the king to return the earrings. Their houses were burnt by the fire. Question number 15. The silent ones he met were the strangest ones. Do you agree? Comment. Answer. The silent ones he met were the strangest ones. The silent ones he met at first were two women weaving a piece of cloth. When he asked them the way, they did not care for him and went on with their weaving. The other strange thing he saw were 6 boys turning the wheel around and round without speaking. Usually, small children and women are talkative, but they were so silent which felt strange. So, children, exercise question answers are over. Now, let's do the grammar part, that is past participle. Let me explain what is a participle, then present and past participle we will discuss. In the last class, I had already given you the notes and explanation on present participle. So let's start with the past participle in this chapter. Children, as you know, in the last class I said participle meaning a form of verb that is used to indicate a past or ongoing action. Present participle meaning the present continuous tense, like I am singing, which one is going on. Past participle meaning which indicates a past action or an action that has been completed. So it can be used by adding ed or en to the root form of a verb. Like ori will become oried, still, stolen, smoke, smoked, etc. So it can be used to make compound verbs, to use as a adverb, as an adverb, or to make any past perfect tenses, to construct any perfect tenses. So let's give some examples. So children, if I'll say I was surprised by the great man's humility, that means it is used as in the passive voice. Or for constructing the perfect tenses, like I had left my shoes here, they have been stolen. So both the works has been already completed. It can also be used as an adverb, like the wrestlers left the ring exhausted. So these are the use of a participle. And what is the difference between past tense and past participle? Yes, past tense means it's a complete tense. But participle is a specific form of verb. The past participle is not a tense. It is a form of a verb and cannot be used on its own. So this is the difference. Now let's do the exercise. Fill in the blanks with the past participle. Write a present participle in one blank. A. Give me that dash shirt, I will get it dash. So here you have to use the past participle. So it will become give me that torn shirt, I will get it stitched. We were try dash to see our flag, plow dash on the pig. So here it is in the present continuous tense. So what we should use? Yes, the present participle. So float will become floating. We are trying to see our flag floating on the pig. Next, third one, they were sent back by the police. Yes, it will become sent. The train already dashed when we reached the station. It will become already the work is completed. The action is completed. So it would be had already arrived. Had is the auxiliary verb. Arrive will become arrived when we reach the station. The past participle form of arrive should be used. Similarly, fifth question, they were dash but they were not dash. So they are defeated but they were not discouraged. Ed. Sixth one, don't leave any of these questions dash. Yes, it will become unanswered. Everything in the past participle verb. Next is prefix. So children, as you know, prefix meaning the words, the small words that are added before the root word or before the base word. For example, kind is the root word. If you have to add a prefix, then it will become unkind. lay on lay, or act, react, even prefix. So fix is the root word. So children, now let's do the prefix. Make 3 words using each prefix given and write them down. Refer to the dictionary if necessary. Rest with your partner to test your dictionary reference skill. So the first example is given as a dish. This is the prefix. You can make 3 words by adding prefix dish. So dish, approve, disagree, and dishonest. So here 3 examples are already given. The next one is be, im. Im is the prefix. You can add improve, impress, or impact. And also you have to make one sentence by using one of these words. So you can write Ram has to improve his handwriting. Next one, see, in. In is the prefix. You can make 3 words. Yes, incorrect, inaccurate, inefficient. And one sentence, most of the answers Sila wrote in today's test are incorrect. So using incorrect, we can make one sentence. Similarly, you can make sentences for inaccurate, inefficient, etc. D, un. Un is the prefix. We have to make 3 words. Yes, you can make untidy, unstable, unwell. So let's make one sentence using unstable. My grandfather's health condition is still unstable. E, none. You can make 3 words. Non-stop, nonsense, non-vegetarian. Non-stop, you can make a sentence. I took a non-stop flight to New York. F, miss. Miss is the prefix. You can add 3 words to it to make a new word like misunderstand, misappropriate, mislead, etc. So it is a misfortune that the old man lost his son in an accident. Like that, we can write 5 sentences, one for each word you have made. Like you can write, Anu disagreed with her boss for a wrong decision. Or it is impossible to live without water. Farmers are unhappy with the government. Misunderstanding can spoil relationships. Courts can be unfair to some criminals. So here the prefix added words are disagreed, impossible, unhappy, misunderstanding, or unfair. So similarly, you can make many sentences by adding prefixes. Done, children? Now the next one. Use these phrases to make a sentence. Of each hand in a loop of string, a cat's cradle, in which is a child's game, patterns and constructions held between the fingers. So you can make a sentence by adding all these phrases. Yes, a cat's cradle is a child's game in which patterns and constructions in a loop of string held between the fingers of each hand. So here all these exercises are done. Hope you understand everything.